Friends, this is Akulmach Live. My name is Chandrakant. Today we would like to talk about different digital platforms which are out there for anyone to set up their business. There is YouTube, there is Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Periscope, uh, Pinterest. So there are so many, and a lot of people are actually building their stuff, their businesses on these digital platforms using video as a powerful tool. But how to use them, we will discuss in today's episode very briefly. Before that, a word on the giveaway. Akulmach works with many SMEs and startups world over, helping them in not only building their sales and marketing teams, but also help them in improving their success rate. As you can see, we have summarized our years of knowledge into these easy to follow steps, which can be used by any smart leader to promote their group or a company. In order to encourage people to take the right step at the right time, we have used this proprietary graph in our corporate memorabilia so that the knowledge can be accessed by whoever, whenever, wherever it is needed. You can become eligible to get one of these beautiful gifts delivered to your doorstep for free. All you need to do is to subscribe our channel and smash that like button. Also, please watch this entire video and provide your valuable comments, suggestions, or you could also share your experiences. Person with the best comment and interaction would be chosen to become a free recipient of one of these displayed items here. In addition, we would invite you to Akulmach Live to participate in our show as a distinguished panelist. What are you waiting for, friends? Go for it. Now, let's get back to our discussion. Hello, friends. Let me introduce you to our guest today. His name is Mr. Naval Gun. He joins us from London, and he's also chairman of MindFit Limited. Welcome to the show, Naval.
Good morning, CK. Good morning, everybody. And you can probably see the sunlight passing over my face from time to time because it's a bright sunny day. So the blinds are down, but the brain is open.
Well, since the mind is working more effectively now because of the sunshine, let me ask you one question. You know that after the pandemic, the digital platform has become a tsunami across the world. You know, to name a country, there are digital video which are coming out, and there are different models which are being talked about. Uh, are you affected by this digital tsunami? Have you experienced this during past 1 year?
Well, the interesting thing is I'm probably one of the proponents of pushing the digital tsunami. Mainly, as you know, I do a lot of traveling, a lot of business trips around the world, and that has just ceased over the last 16 to 18 months. And I can't see it returning in the very near future because of the COVID issue and maybe COVID passports and goodness knows what else was being talked about in the international arena. But yes, there's been a huge surge. We've been forced to go digital, which of course, when you've got, as we call it, Hobson's choice, in other words, you've got no choice, you either do it or you don't. And I've seen a lot of people swarm to all of these digital platforms, this being one, Zoom, WebEx, Skype, all of those, Microsoft Teams, Google, they've all come out with their workshop interface. And it's been great because what it should do is it should accelerate projects. It should accelerate conversations because now not only can you talk to people using the old school telephone, but you can actually see people as well. And typically, for the majority of people, it's free. So all you needed is internet access. But I suppose, interestingly enough, there's so few people actually around the world that have internet access. I mean, we talk about 7.4 billion people on the planet, but it's only less than, I would say, 9 to 10% that have proper digital access, which actually says there's only 1 billion people roughly around the world that are really going to be able to talk to each other. But yes, it's been a tsunami. I think that's a good word for it, really. But the interesting thing is, as the tsunami is happening, all of these platforms are now coming under a bit of scrutiny. What's LinkedIn for? Why should I use YouTube? What is on Facebook? Why is a Facebook group different to a LinkedIn group? You know, what's this thing Instagram? These little video vignettes that you can do now as a lead in, what are they for? Why are we doing that? Why? And lots of these questions actually go unanswered. And people have to go and experience it for themselves. So I think what would be good today is if we just give people a very quick overview of what all of these platforms seem to be used for in generality, because you can make something do what it's not really meant to do. However, let's just think that the majority of people listening here are in small businesses, or they're managers, or in organizations, and they really need some shortcuts. So let's give them a few shortcuts today. What do you think about that?
Well, Neville, let me tell you that you mentioned so many digital platforms, but I think there are primarily two which started the whole video platform and video store services, which is the largest one still till date is Twitch, which people don't talk about. And the second one is YouTube, which has more than 1.5 billion subscribers. So these are the really two large video platforms. The Twitch has been majority of these consumers are the gamers, because gradually over the period of time it has become a darling of gamers. So if you go as a businessman, you don't find anything useful for you, and it was more optimized for gamers. Their applications which they are hosting are more optimized to streamline gaming content. Now, if you look at YouTube, I think personally, as a businessman myself in the digital place, I feel that YouTube can do more, because now gradually it is becoming a more of a data store. So you create your video and store it, and it's much easier because it creates a small URL, so you can share your video with people wherever you want to share it. You can put it on your website. You can attach with your email. So it's gradually becoming a data store, not a monetization platform, because their terms and conditions for monetization by way of advertising are very, very strict. And if you look at, I think you mentioned in your when you were talking, the platforms were designed for something else, but they are now reinventing themselves. So if you look at the microblogging site called Twitter, it was microblogging, but now what they have done is they have actually tied up with a company called Periscope, and they're also providing video streaming services through Periscope on Twitter platform. So if you go to Twitter and you try to search where I can stream, you will not find anything. But if you do a little research, dig down a little bit, you will you will be able to do it through Periscope into Twitter. So you can do your live streaming in Twitter indirectly. So Periscope has started. Periscope is actually a TV company. I mean, if you go and study more about Periscope, their website is called periscope.tv, and they have tied up with Twitter to utilize this bandwagon of digital video platform. So they are in partnership. Now let's look at Facebook. Facebook has really emerged as one of the key players because they have cracked what is needed and where the world is going. And the subscribers of Facebook are almost 1.5 billion, and they use it for multiple activities. They use Facebook for posting their personal pictures, their stories, also networking, and they also have Messenger using which they can do sales, lead generation. Um, you can create business pages, and then you can do a whole lot of things on Facebook. So I think Facebook is now becoming a more viable platform for business of the future, uh, taking a lead away from YouTube. So YouTube is kind of becoming just a data store where you create your video, and it's absolutely free. You can store your video on Facebook or on Periscope or on your YouTube. It doesn't matter. You can just upload it and forget it. But the problem is, once it is uploaded, then it stays there. YouTube has not been able to provide you a facility where you can make something out of your video. Whereas Facebook is providing you a business page and whole lot of advertising options, a whole lot of other options where you can actually start doing lead generation and actual selling. In fact, they have tied up with a payment gateway where you can actually sell your services and products directly on Facebook. You don't need PayPal, and the money will come credited to your account directly from Facebook. So I think they are taking a leap forward and they are becoming a good platform. Now let's look at the oldest social media platform among all, which is LinkedIn. Right? LinkedIn has been around since so many years. I think it was one of the first websites which came up along with Salesforce.com. Where are they? They are nowhere because I think they are losing out. They have nothing. They don't have, I mean, they have a business page, but the business page is so irrelevant considering today's situation. You can't use your connections to your business page. I mean, you can't connect. So the way they have designed it, I think they are sort of greedy when their business people decide strategy for LinkedIn. You have your own connections, say for example 10,000 connections, and when you start your page and through which you want to do business, you cannot bring those 10,000 connections into your page. You have to start from zero, and your counter starts from zero. And the worst part is, even if you start from zero, you cannot add more than 100 people in a month. So I think LinkedIn is sort of becoming again a data store for your CV. Just like YouTube is becoming a data store for your videos, LinkedIn is a data store for your CV, where you can send your LinkedIn page, and there is no business happening around it. Um, Very frankly, between you and me, Neville, I have for the first time discontinued my subscription to LinkedIn. Otherwise, I was paying for last 10 years. I was a premier customer for LinkedIn, but this year I don't see any value paying any more to LinkedIn. And they keep sending me messages, hey, try it for free. But there is nothing to try because they have not changed their model. So I think these are the few things which are happening in our industry. Some businesses are smart, like Facebook. They are bringing more and more friendly environment for digital entrepreneurs to utilize. And as we know that we are going towards digital age, everybody is working from home. This phenomena will continue for 10 years. It's no brainer. So I think Facebook is taking a lead. Even though YouTube has a lot of subscribers, they have to do something about it because they have the subscriber base, and they have to create facilities to harness their subscriber base. So that is very briefly. It became very long narration from my side, but I think I tried to cover 5 platforms. By the way, I forgot about one, which is Instagram. Instagram launched with a camera, with a digital camera. So you go as a tourist and you click a picture, it will be instantly shared with your friends and family. So from there, it has come to again to the digital media platform, and Instagram has been acquired by Facebook. Facebook has been bringing a lot of their strategies into Instagram. Instagram content, especially digital content, is going haywire. It's basically very fine-tuned for distributing digital content, the whole platform. And if you have a digital video, I mean, video talking about your products, your services, about yourself, it is actually multiplying your presence on the internet. Over to you, Neville.
I think that's a really good overview, CK. And a lot of people out there that may have Instagram account, may have accounts everywhere. You know, like me, I've got a LinkedIn account. I was one of those very first people who were on LinkedIn, thinking this is going to be the professional platform. This is where professionals can network for the very first time. Let's remember, you know, over 20 years ago now, for the very first time, internationally at the web. I mean, that's what it was. It's become, as my son calls it, the de facto CV. So anyone looking for a job, make sure you've got a LinkedIn profile, make sure it's up to date. Put all your experience on there, because recruiters are using LinkedIn to recruit people? Is it the professional network that it was intended to be all those years ago? My guess is no. Remember, it's not owned by LinkedIn now, it's owned by Microsoft. So we're now getting Microsoft culture thrown at us in that arena. When it comes to Facebook, I've got a Facebook profile. It started off as a professional profile, but then a lot of people started to connect with me because they'd seen me talk here, or they'd seen my YouTube video, or they'd seen me on a panel. And all of a sudden, it becomes quite a large international network. As you said, at one point, over 1 billion people on Facebook. Is that right?
Yeah, 1.3 billion.
1.3 billion. That's the size of almost size of India is on Facebook. And in fact, the majority of Indians are on Facebook. So that's where this sort of thing comes from. It's a very social platform. I wouldn't say it's a professional platform, but it's professional in a social context. And as you've already said, for lots of small businesses out there, it's all in one place. You can load this, you can load that, you can have a shop, you can sell your services or your goods, and it's almost like the one-stop automatic shop for a small business, because all of your audience are likely to be there. If 1.3 billion are there, then there's a big chunk of your audience that are going to be there. Twitter, what someone said 10 minutes ago isn't relevant anymore. I mean, it's almost like the ticker tape of the 1970s. I can remember those days because I used to go and on a weekly basis, I would give the chairman the weekly figures, and I would go into his office and I'd put the weekly figures in front of his desk, and behind him was the only ticker tape machine in the company. It's under one of those glass domes. I don't know if you recall those days. I'm a little bit older than you. One of those glass domes, and all you could hear was tick, 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 which is why they called it ticker tape.
I have not heard.
And Twitter, you haven't? Okay,
No.
well, that's right. That's why they called it ticker tape. Yeah, those many years ago. Yes, I'm old, everybody, so that's fine. Instagram being introduced into, it's now a Facebook product, into Facebook. So it's not surprising that we're seeing more of the strategy from Facebook being shown on Instagram. And I think what people need to realize is go and experiment. Don't just be everywhere. Go and spend a couple of days in one place. See what it does. Play around with it. See what people are saying. Go and join a few groups. Be engaged in the platform. I mean, that's the whole point about digital arena. It's about getting involved. Don't wait for someone else to make it happen for you, because that's never going to happen. You need to go and do it for yourself. So go and experiment, go and play. If you get it wrong, apologize. Tell people I'm new here. And you'd be quite surprised actually in some of the platforms, certainly on Facebook, when you go in and say, hi, I'm new to the group. I've read the rules, look forward to working with you. And put a funny post up. I'd like to know about you. What do you do? Why do you do it? Maybe we can work together. Maybe we can't, but at least have a conversation. And that's what these platforms are for, to have a conversation. You're not going to go into there and start selling. As you and I have spoken many times before, selling is about a relationship. And that's what these platforms are designed to help you build, a relationship. And it's as simple as that. So our quick round robin of the social media platforms today, I hope that's been interesting for people. But the main thing is just go and experience it for yourself. Find out for yourself what's happening out there. Don't necessarily listen to other people and take action from it, but listen to them by all accounts, but do something yourself. That's the message we need to do today. Go and enjoy it.
Well, Naval, I just want to add a little words, especially about Facebook and Instagram. Very briefly, these platforms provide placeholders for you to actually sell your products. So, for example, you have Amazon, and then when you want to buy something, you can actually go to Amazon and you can buy merchandises. But then there are a whole lot of products and services which are not supported by Amazon, and something that you may have also supported on Amazon, and you launch it on Amazon. But where are the customers on Amazon? Because there are 10,000 products of the similar type. So you actually create the entire sales and marketing engine using Facebook, sell your products on Facebook, directly reach out to the client. And then when it comes to conversion, Facebook provides a very interesting feature where it will connect your Amazon account to Facebook page. So Facebook is becoming a platform where you can actually generate a lot of opportunities for yourself. However, Facebook is and Instagram both are very feature rich. They have become more complex than a ERP solution. So you would need, as you said, that you go open your profile, open a page. Those are the basic stuff you can do without any problem. But if you want to set up a business page and do advertising and do a whole lot of other things, meet your different objectives. Uh, Business objectives could be you want people to come and visit your website so that the ranking of a website could increase. So you could use Facebook for that. The second one is you want to basically people to visit your videos and see your videos. Third could be people want to call you. I mean, you want people to call, looking at your post. They want you want to get their calls or emails. So there are some 10 to 15 different types of objectives. Facebook provides functionality for all of that, and some are free, some are paid, some are more complex. It's a difficult proposition to set all these up because it's not easy. You can start your journey with Facebook and Instagram, but after a few tries it will get very complicated. So you would need support from experts who have been there, done that. So even Facebook, even though it is providing, the cost structures are very similar to YouTube. The difference between YouTube and Facebook is that YouTube tells you, hey, you are no good, you are not a big guy, you will not get anything from me until unless you pay me so many thousands of dollars. Facebook says, okay, you can try it out, but if you want to get more, you got to pay me that small amount. So that's the basic difference, and people should listen to us and take support from whoever they want to. It's not easy to set up a business on Facebook. Yet, Facebook has an ability to set up the entire business, link everything, link your Amazon, link your websites, link your PayPal to it, and you can be up and running without any brick and mortar office.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it isn't easy to set it up. That's why you've got experts constantly helping you out there. But like anything else, you don't have to do everything at once. The main thing here is to go and try it. Go and market yourself. Go and experience what's going on out there first. And then, if it's something you like, and the point is, if you don't like it, but it's going to be important to your business, outsource it. Because you need to get someone who does like it, does understand it, and can help it work for you. But if you do like it, you'll do more of it. That doesn't mean to say you won't outsource it, because you probably will outsource it anyway. Because like anything else, there are specialists out there that can get there a lot faster than you can, even if you think you're good. So the key thing is here, just go and have a play. Just go and practice. Go and enjoy yourself. Go and experience these platforms, because the good thing is, if you get it wrong, just delete it. Simple as that, it's not like fitting a front door that costs you £1,000 and then you say, oh, I don't really like that front door. You can't just rip it out and put another one in, because it's quite a lot of money. In the digital world, you can do something very quickly and say, well, it didn't get quite the right response. Just take it down and put something else up. It is that easy. So don't make a mountain out of a molehill, as our That's a famous saying of lots of people. Just go out and have fun. And it's Friday, and Friday's equivalent for fun day because it's the weekend coming. So go and have some fun. That's our message for the day. Go and practice on these digital platforms because guess what? They're here to stay.
Absolutely, Naval. I think the strategy for any business owner would be to look at all these 5 to 6 platforms and build a strategy around all of them and not focus only on one. So, with this positive message from you, we can end our discussion. Hopefully, people will try these Periscope, Facebook, YouTube, different types of platform, whatever works for them. So, with this, I'll say goodbye and happy weekend. We will catch up again on Monday.
Have a good weekend, folks. See you Monday.